Okay.
While you're doing that, we're just going to check outside.
Yeah, we're recording. Yep.
Check the baggage door and such.
Yep, that's all checked. Want the key?
No, you hold on to it.
Okay. Piece of paper go.
Alright, we're good.
Alright, you see my little checklist? Just drop that now.
Not the one you're holding?
No.
And I don't see anything out here.
Oh, here it is. Alright. All these little idiosyncrasies when a new plane.
Everything's different.
So we'll stay within the pattern today, and
Yeah, we'll just stay closed traffic. Left closed traffic.
and with the neighbors mind.
As long as we're not doing touch and goes, they're fine with it.
So what would we do?
We'll
touch and
do
goes?
full stops here.
Okay.
Full stop taxi back.
Okay.
It's the noise abatement procedures. It's just been over the years the neighbors have been complaining. Where'd my seatbelt go?
Do I have your seatbelt?
No, I'm just it's somewhere down here. Oh, here it is. Oh, I found that. At least something's going to plan today. So yeah, full stops here as part of the noise abatement.
Full stops. Take a swig of Gatorade.
Yep. And I think the full stops will probably help you because take some breaks in between, and we can kind of talk about the landings. In that way, you're like not having to fly the airplane and listen at the same time. I can tell you from experience as a private pilot that it's a bit hard to learn that way when you're having to deal with all this and listen to your instructor teach you, like drill in your head something, you know. So yeah, full stops. Stay in the pattern until 2 o'clock. That's how long we have. So
Okay.
we'll get going here shortly.
Right,
But yeah, other than, I think passenger brief, we covered everything. Traffic, looking out for other airplanes, staying in communication.
Okay.
And any questions?
Nope. Any questions for you?
Nope. Sounds good.
All right.
And go through the checklist before start. We'll get this thing going.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, pre-flight, that's all done.
Yep. You basically already did this
Hope
stuff.
I did the hops correctly today. And by the way, because I normally don't do that with Andrew. I know, I mean, obviously.
Yeah, it's probably a company policy thing for them to do it, but you got it. 84.1. That's right.
In the right column.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, and the TAC, we usually take this afterwards, so we'll
okay.
take that afterwards, but no big deal.
No,
That's just for the mechanics.
Okay. One of these days I'll get it right.
That's not.
I think it's today.
That's not a big. No, that's not a big deal at all.
All right. Okay. So before takeoff, brake set, fuel selector, both.
That's your run-up section. So I'd flip it over and go through the before start.
Before start, passenger briefing, which you just did. Seatbelt secured. Fuel selector, both verified. Beacon light is on, and this should be on automatically.
Yep.
Avionics switch off. I'm trying to think. Avionics switch is
Down there.
over here. Okay.
Yep.
Light stall warning. What is that?
Over here. No, you're looking right here. Remember? Before
okay.
start.
Okay. All right. Beacon lights nav off. Brakes test. Yep. Door is locked. Before start checklist complete. Then cabin heat off, which is off there. Fuel mixture is rich.
Carb heat, but yeah, carb heat off.
Throttle 1/2 inch, or 1/8 of an inch rather, so about there. Prime is required.
I'll show you how to use the primer here. So in older airplanes, this is how you do it. I don't know
think
how.
you should have made last time on that.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. It was on this side.
Yep. Do it once, and this is number 2. Twist it to lock.
Okay.
Engine's prime.
Alrighty. Okay, propeller area clear. Clear. And
Yep.
left on the left and the right.
I guess what we're missing here.
Don't tell me, master.
Yep.
That would
You need electricity to drive that
Oh
starter.
yeah. Nope, no pull start on this.
No hand propping.
Alright. Clear.
Taxi 285, final 24, Chatham, landing.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Hear you. It's kind of quiet. Hold on. Check, 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 check,
Check.
check. How's that?
Perfect.
Good. Loud and clear. My side.
All right. All right, back on the checklist here. All right. Aim for conditions, so
This one does not come out nearly as far as 09 Romeo. It's just because this is what full rich looks like, whereas 09 Romeo, this is what full rich looks like. So it'll probably only come out like 1.5 fingers length here.
okay.
So mixture lean 1.5 fingers.
Primer locked, engine start complete. For taxi, avionics master is on, which have avionics set. That be
Yeah, and the touch screen here, this is where the radio communications go. 122.8, we'll keep that in here since we're not really going anywhere. This is for Chatham. 135.87, it's also in, so this is COM 1 right here.
okay.
COM 2 right here. So you basically got your frequencies set up already. If you want to listen to the weather, you can just go over here. That's for COM 1, that's for COM 2, so if we wanted to listen to weather, we can just press number 2 there.
1718 Zulu. Wind variable at 04.
Still variable.
Visibility 10.
Just gonna see what the altimeter setting is.
Temperature 26 Celsius.
Had
Dew point 16 Celsius. Altimeter 2971.
297.
Pretty much the same, right?
Yep, exactly.
Cool.
All right, 2971. All right, so need our lights on. Like multiple.
Yeah, this is the landing light, if you remember. Basically, when your lights are on for taxi, you want these two lights to be kind of pulled out, but right next to each other, because this is what takeoff will look like with the landing lights all the way on, but just one click out, it's your taxi light.
Okay. All right. Brakes have tested. Yep, they work. Okay, light instruments check. Good.
Probably
Which is
just
okay.
the heading indicator, probably. Which is now down here instead of up here. I know, you're not the only one. All my students are like, oh, where's the RPM again? It's kind of inconvenient, but it's just the way things worked out with the boss buying these airplanes.
Okay. Looks there. All right. You still don't have a dial for the heading bug. No heading bug.
Oh yeah, no heading bug. We're just going old fashioned.
What do they do in the old-fashioned days? Just
No,
kinda
just
guess what
fly
they're doing?
heading. So they say, oh, why don't you fly heading 300, and that's where you stick to it, I guess. So. Yeah, they did things differently back then.
I tell you.
It's like 60 years ago.
This plane's how old? What's 19?
And this is 1963. Yeah, so about almost 60 years ago.
Were you here?
That was like almost before my parents' time.
Yeah.
Actually, it kind of was.
Yeah.
They would be like 5 years old.
Okay, so I think we're all set, so we can go off and taxi.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Wait for these people to go, or?
You can go past them. Looks like they're going to stay right next to the airplane.
Chatham traffic, Skyhawk 10 uniforms, taxi to runway 24, Chatham.
I think we'll use, what do you think what runway we're going to use today?
I'm going to say 24.
Probably, yeah. I'm looking at the windsock over there.
Socket. Wind is coming from the right, blowing to the
Yep, so
blowing
I'd
to
say,
the east, blowing toward the east.
Yep, so we can take a left, head down to 24 here.
There's a November 270 Oscar uniform.
That says 2710 uniform. So that's actually
zero.
a number 0,
Okay.
not the letter.
Because I'm looking up here.
Yeah, up here too. That's yeah, that should be a 0, but it looks like an O. 2710 uniform.
2710 uniform. So much better today. Nose on the center line here.
Looking good.
Maybe I should.
There's your VASI right there.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
That's what I was talking about last time. But I mean, if you ever see 2 red, then you're basically really close to the trees.
Yeah.
So we try to keep it so we're at least saying 2 white or 1 white, 1 red.
Yeah.
Southwest traffic, Skyhawk 760 Bravo Whiskey, last day.
Going to stop right here, that would be fine.
Okay.
This little dashed line here will kind of indicates the edge of the taxiway.
Yes.
So we just kind of keep our wings clear that way anyone that can go past us can just
Exactly.
roll right along. So we're good right here.
Okay. So, before take off, brakes set, verifying both fuel selectors, both, oil temperature and pressure, say here, we're going to find it here.
Oh, down low.
Down there, over on that side. Okay, everything looks good in the green. Mixture rich, so we push it in, throttle is 1700. And where's my,
tachometer down here.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Where is everything?
At least I know where I'm supposed to, or what I'm supposed to look for.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to test magnetos. Do the left one. And looking at the tachometer. No drop more than 175 or 150. Back to both. Test the right one. 1 click, 2 click. No drop more than 175 or no difference between 50 between the two. Back to both. Also, what I want to do is to check the oil pressure, which I just did. That's in the green.
But also check the animator here, and that's right down here. It's going to make sure your alternator's working, so it should be on 0 or a slight positive charge.
Okay, and then carb heat. I'm going to put on right now. It should drop down. And then push it back in.
You could probably just leave the carbine on, then go throttle idle. And this will get it to the lowest possible idle setting.
Okay. And back up to 1,000 in this one?
Between 800 and 1,000 is good,
okay. Okay, we're good.
And then you can turn the carbine off. Verify the RPM increase. Jumped up a little bit there, so that's good.
Okay, flight controls free and clear. Hey, those look good.
Rotors check, cool.
Yep. All right. So that's complete. Again, the safety briefing, we're going to do touch and goes, actually touch.
Full stops.
Full stops.
Yep.
And initial takeoff climb, we'll do 800. Take our initial turn to the east, which would be a left turn. And over, and then back down.
Just staying in the pattern. Yep, left closed traffic here.
We got wind coming from the right plane, so it's going to push us toward the left of the runway, so I'm going to use more right rudder, possibly.
Yep,
I'll
ailerons into the wind, opposite rudder.
Yeah.
So whichever way the wind's coming from.
Okay. In the event we need to abort the landing below 800 feet, what would you suggest?
Below 800 feet, if we still have some runway we can use, we'll just use that to land by reducing the throttle to idle. Use that runway to land, brake straight ahead. Otherwise, if we're below 800 feet, no more runway. We'll pick a spot in front of us. Best bet is the shoreline out there, the beach. But sometimes we won't be able to make that if we're down lower than that, so we'll probably have to turn into one of the marshes out here.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I'll let you take over in the event.
At that point, yep, I'll take over.
Unless you don't want to.
Unless I don't feel like living, yeah, I guess so.
Oh, come on.
Just kidding.
I'm an excellent pilot.
Yeah, well, look out for other airplanes. I see one circling out there, kind of a couple miles out to the northeast.
Okay.
So let's keep our eyes out for other airplanes. Traffic pattern, altitude, do you know what that is here?
I want to say 1,100 feet. 1,100.
Yep. So we'll fly traffic pattern. We'll basically climb out, turn left crosswind, following noise abatement procedures, which is right over there. As to use full runway, avoid intersection departures, we're good. Minimize it / avoid touch and go operations. Climb out on runway heading until 1,000 feet or over the water, then proceed on course.
Okay.
Reduce power as soon as practicable. We don't have to worry about that too much. That's for like larger airplanes, more horsepower.
Yeah, this is what, 145
145, yeah.
So more than likely we're going to hit the coastline to make our initial turn because we're never going to get enough altitude for that.
Yeah, but we're pretty light today considering we have half tanks of fuel, so we might. We'll see what happens.
Okay, V1 or VR is 60 miles and then 80 on the initial climb up, which is VY. VY,
yeah.
VY. You don't have VY on here.
Right there. Yeah, it's kind of small.
It's small. Okay. Okay, so how do you feel?
Looks like we're good to go here.
Good.
Ready?
One other thing is transponder. It's going to be 1,200.
Right over here.
Okay.
Yep.
So we don't need to set that.
Yep, we're in Class Golf airspace right now. Once we get to 700 feet, we're in Class Echo, so don't have to worry about talking to anyone. We'll just be making our position calls here.
Okay.
So your position call here for staying in the pattern is going to sound something like...
Something like Chatham, there's no tower. Chatham traffic.
Traffic, yep.
Traffic. I think ground traffic. Chatham traffic, November 2710 uniform. Staying within the pattern, doing touch and stops or...
full stop.
Full stops.
Yep.
Full stops.
You're going to say closed traffic, runway 24, Chatham.
Chatham traffic, November 2710 uniform, doing a takeoff runway 24 from Alpha, taxiway Alpha, doing full stops within the pattern, closed traffic. 270. Chatham.
Start rolling.
Okay.
They call, you didn't have to include that much. You can kind of consolidate the info with a...
Sound traffic, Cirrus 833 Juliet Romeo, about 15 miles to the west, inbound for landing, full stop.
You can start rolling here.
Runway 25.
Final takeoff check, fuel selectors on both, mixture full rich, lights on, trim set for takeoff, got our seat belts.
Yep.
Lights, camera, action, check. But yeah, you can just kind of concise your call.
I know I had too much going on. It's like
2710 uniform departing runway 24, closed traffic, Chatham. That kind of gets the point across. All right. Just line up with the runway here.
Yep.
Normal takeoff.
Okay, full throttle. And let's go. Heels to the floor.
Heels to the floor.
Heels to the floor, ready to soar.
Yep, good on the crosswind correction.
Airspeed's alive. Where's my,
BR, rotate, you can rotate now. Very nice.
Thank you.
Climb out at 80.
Providence Sound, traffic, Juliet Romeo. We'll take runway 7 if objective, pass.
Crosswind there.
Yep, so remember that as we come into land, like it's going to be a crosswind from the right.
Cow.
So just kind of start thinking about what your crosswind correction is going to look like with the ailerons and the rudder.
There's a lot of wind. Crosswind.
What I would do here is actually crab to the right a little bit. To look behind us. Yep, you can see the runway and kind of gauge how far you're drifting. Looks like we drifted to the left a little bit, so you can kind of correct that for now until we reach the water.
Okay.
Then we'll make our crosswind turn. And we'll be left traffic.
We're only at 600 right now, 650.
Yep, but we've reached the water, so you can start your turn.
Initial right, left turn.
I'll get this call, then I'll talk you through the next one.
Okay.
Chatham traffic, Skyhawk 10 uniform, steering left crosswind, runway 24, Chatham.
Now, a good distance from the runway and the downwind. See that marina, small marina down there in the little river?
Yes.
If you fly right over that, that'll be a nice distance from the runway for your downwind. And every so often, be checking your altitude, looking for 1,100 feet for your. That's going to be the point we'll level off.
And also airspeed, we're at right now 72, which is good VY.
Keep Air Twin Cessna turning a 3-mile final, straight in 7 Providence Sound.
Right now hitting 1,000 feet.
Twin Cessna November Sierra, departing the area to the south at 1,700.
And we can level off now. Dropping RPM down to 1,500?
2,100 for the downwind leg here.
Okay.
And then your downwind leg call is going to sound something like that. Chatham traffic, Skyhawk 2710 uniform, left downwind, runway 24, Chatham. So whenever you're ready, you can go ahead.
Chatham traffic, November 2710 uniform, downwind traffic, runway 24, Chatham.
Left downwind, but yeah, you got the point across.
Okay. Too many things to remember. What's my name? I'm looking around for the airspeed indicator.
There's so many new things going on for you.
Here, left to the right.
All right, now let's start your descent here.
Okay, so
power to 1,800.
We're 12 miles.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to show you how to use the flaps in flight. It's going to be kind of feel a bit different than on the ground, but you could go ahead and try them here. Just
holy cow. Okay.
And there's 10 degrees, so leave it there for now.
All right. I forgot to push the button. I'm like, this is really heavy.
Yeah, no. You got it. It's going to be harder as you go from like 20 to 30, then 30 to 40, just because there's more, the wind's hitting these flaps, preventing them from going down.
Back with you.
All right, I'll get the base call here.
All right.
Chatham traffic, Skyhawk 10 uniform, starting left base, runway 24, Chatham.
So you can start turning base here. Airspeed should be about 80 miles per hour throughout the base. Every so often, checking out your airspeed, looking outside, checking your power. Power should be about 1,800 here.
November Yankee is 10 south, 3,000 feet.
Now you can grab your flaps, bring those to the next click, 20.
25 at Provincetown.
There you go.
20. Okay.
Now start to bring your power back to 1,500 at this point. And you can turn final approach.
Out direct to runway 7 Provincetown.
Remember the crosswind, right?
Yeah.
Crosswind from the right, ailerons to the right, left rudder.
What's the wind favoring? It was just calling variable, but we've heard all kinds of stuff.
Chatham traffic, Skyhawk 10 uniforms on final 24, Chatham.
All right, now at this point, I can bring your flaps to 30. mean, what do you think?
Okay, many thanks.
We high, we low?
We're high, way high.
Just bring your power back a little bit.
And maneuver for the left downwind runway 7.
Power pitch up. So bring that pitch up. Hold it here. All right, start to bring it to the right. And a lot of things going on right now.
Okay.
But just kind of keep it focused. Airspeed should be about 75-ish. All right.
Southeast.
I got your flaps here.
The pattern for
Okay. 40 degrees.
runway 7.
Add a little bit of power to compensate for those flaps. Good. Focus on those runway numbers.
24, 24, 24, 24.
Airspeed looks good. Every so often glance the airspeed too.
Columbia 615, Mike Papa 7 miles, final for runway 7.
Doing good. Bring it a little bit to the right, a little bit more of those ailerons. Some left rudder here. Okay, let it get down lower. Let it get down lower, lower, lower. Start the flare here. Keep it under control. Right rudder, right rudder, rudder. Now, one thing about that is we got the crosswinds. So all the way down to the flare, you're doing okay, and then the crosswind. So hold that aileron into the wind. This will make it easier to control the airplane as it rolls. Oh, yep, remember the mic buttons right there. It makes it easier to control the airplane when you're rolling down the runway. Remember that you want the airplane just wants to keep drifting with the wind here.
Yes. Yeah.
We'll take this next right.
Chatham traffic, Apache 142 Victor Pop. We're taking off, 24 departing to the northwest.
Chatham traffic, Skyhawk 1's uniform, clear of runway 24, Chatham.
Victor Pop on the go, 24 Chatham.
That was gnarly.
Yeah, the crosswind got you there.
Yeah.
So everything looks good all the way.
The approach I felt good with.
Yeah, no, the little approach looked good too.
So
Then the crosswind, what happened was you still kind of had some left rudder in there. And so think about this. Actually, hold on, stop right here.
Okay.
We'll go through after landing checklist.
2,000 feet overhead.
Want to clean the flaps up?
On the north side of the airport for the left downwind for runway. Province 2.
Carb heat. Do we ever use carb heat?
We were supposed to,
Yeah.
but we missed that.
I know.
That's going to get you in the winter time. It's kind of my fault too.
Okay. That's
but
many things to remember.
Yeah, before landing checklist, checking this section when you're on the downwind leg will help remember everything, including the carb
Fuel
heat.
selector is both. I never change that. Mixture is rich, full rich. Okay, carb on.
Yep, carb heat will come on in the before landing check, so it's going to come all the way out, right?
Okay.
But after landing checklist, we're taking this off, and then the flaps as required.
Downwind to runway 7.
But otherwise, after landing checklist, we got everything from mixture, just lean it out. It's about 1.5 fingers length. Lights go off. Carb heat off. Flaps up. Trim. Good to go. All right.
I didn't even use trim.
Yeah, no, you probably won't have to, but.
All right.
All right. You can get now. We'll start rolling, and we'll get ready for another one. The crosswind there. So, what left aileron in while you're airborne, a left rudder will kind of point the nose down the runway for you. Once you get on the ground, now you're still holding that left rudder. Now you're going to start turning to the left, and we don't want that. So as you start to touch down, start to take out that left rudder and use now you're controlling your pedals for steering yourself instead of ailerons. But remember, the ailerons always into the wind, right?
Yep.
But as Andrew probably said, do what's necessary.
Yes.
You know, don't overcorrect. It's a feeling thing that we just have to go out and practice.
Yeah.
We'll use what little time we have together to practice that. We only got time for like one more here.
Oh,
Sorry, it's just that happens though. What happened with all of our airplanes going down all at once. Just bad luck today. Like I said, 09 Romeo had a magneto problem, and then 672 had a magneto problem as well. So that's two airplanes that we were supposed to be using for tours going down, and the tours kind of take priority. So it's just what happens around here. But it doesn't happen all the time. But it's just a crazy day.
Don't let you handle radio controls right now.
Yeah. We'll pull up, stop short of the boundary line here, and then we'll go through a takeoff check.
Okay. Windows locked and secured. Seatbelts fastened.
You don't have to go through before takeoff.
Okay,
this is like your run up, so you can just go through
here.
takeoff. Yeah.
Transponder 1200. Flaps 0. Trim set. Ignition booth. Runway final approach clear. Lights on, so pull that out. Picture rich. Then take off, check off. Checklist complete.
Cool. I'll let you try this call again. So what's it going to sound like?
It's going to sound like Chatham traffic. November 2710 uniform. Doing full stop. Taking off runway 24.
Yep, taking off runway 24.
Chatham.
Close traffic. So you're basically saying where you are, or who you are, where you are. You know,
what you want to do.
We're departing runway 24, and what we're going to do, what the plan is. So closed traffic means we're going to be doing landings here.
Yep. Chatham traffic, November 2710 uniform. Departing, taking off runway 24. Closed traffic, left traffic. Chatham traffic.
Good. Okay. Just like that. All right. When you're ready, start rolling.
All right.
Looks clear.
Left to right. Okay. Okay, feet to the floor. Full power. Ailerons to the wind.
Right rudder. You're just on the ground, using the rudders to control yourself on the ground here, keeping that aileron out to the right.
I want to get set back on the center line here.
Good.
Airspeed's alive. 60, rotate.
Yep, start the rotation. All right, wheels up. Pitch for 80. Good adjustment. A little bit of, yeah, just a little bit of bumpiness. Just keep the nose right at the horizon here.
Horizon. Yeah. Hitting that 80 mark.
Crab to the right a little bit so we don't drift off the course here.
South traffic, 2 Jet Romeo, base leg, runway 7, Providence Sound.
The wind is coming from the west to the east.
Yep. Bring that nose up just a hair. We gotta get that airspeed at 80.
Over the water here. Yep. Make our initial left turn.
Check your turn coordinator there. See how the ball's not centered? A little bit too much for left rudder.
Okay, right about there.
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, for these airplanes, you probably wouldn't need much left rudder at all for the left-hand turns.
I'm looking for 30 degrees. 30 degrees is right here.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, look for that marina. Fly right over that.
That's the marina you're talking about, right?
Just right below us right now.
Okay.
You're good right now.
How many marinas here?
There's a bunch. But the small one, like in this little tiny river, because that's Stage Harbor off to our right below us is Chatham Harbor.
Okay. We're at 1,000 feet now, so another 100 feet will cut back down to 2,100 RPM.
Sounds good. I'll get the call this time. You just go through that before landing check, all right?
Chatham traffic, Skyhawk, 1 through uniforms, left downwind, runway 24, Chatham.
Yep, but so you said RPM, right?
Yep, up down to 2,100. Okay, flaps to 10.
Hold off on it for now. Once we get a beam, the runway numbers.
Okay.
But before landing check, fuel selector at both.
Yep.
Seatbelt secure. Card Pete, we're going to turn that on now. Mixture full rich, good. And flaps as required.
Okay, flaps to 10. That's tough to do, you know, you're reaching down.
Yeah,
and then you gotta
it trains you a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Nice clear day today, finally.
Yep. Start to turn base now.
Yeah, turning base.
Chatham traffic, Skyhawk 13 uniform, left base, runway 24, Chatham.
Airspeed should be about 80 miles on the base leg.
Right there.
Yep, perfect.
Savia left down 124, Takeoff.
Okay, I'm gonna set trim, or not trim, flaps to 20.
Good.
On that last one, we only went up to 30 for flaps.
I brought it to
full.
I brought it to 40 for you, but I'll let you bring it all the way to 40 here. All right, remember the wind, so kind of crab into the wind on your final approach here.
Chatham traffic, Skyhawk 13 uniform, final, runway 24, Chatham.
Okay, yep, I go 30. A little bit too much crab, start to bring it to the left. I know you're kind of doing multiple things at once, just
Savia left base, 24, Takeoff.
Okay.
a little bit to the left here. We'll get back on course, and then you start to bring that crab, but once you get back into the course now, start to reduce your throttle here. So flaps 40 here is going to help you get down there.
That is 40.
It's 30 right here.
Oh, really?
I'll show you. Yeah, it gets pretty tough, but we got it to 40. Bring it to the right. Airspeed's looking good. All right, remember, we're going to have to go right rudder, left aileron. Power all the way to idle here.
Which one are you using?
Not too high.
It's going to look like, it's going to look like we're going to kind of come in a bit steeper than usual, but we're fine. We're going to aim for the second hash mark there. Let the nose come down more. All right. Right aileron.
Right aileron.
Left rudder.
Rudder.
Good, 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 good. Hold those crosswind corrections there. Now you can use the rudders to steer yourself, so you don't need left rudder anymore.
Okay.
How about that?
Carb off.
Yeah, well, you can wait till you get off the runway,
Okay.
and then you can stop and get yourself
Chatham
situated.
traffic, Pilatus 755 Alpha Foxtrot is 8 west inbound for left traffic 24 Chatham.
A little bit better, huh?
Yeah, I just helped you get a little bit on the center line for the starting the flare, and then once you started the flare, I let go, and you took it the rest yourself just fine.
I'm going to say November 270 uniform clear runway 24.
Yeah, 10 uniform, clear of 24, yep.
10 uniform clear runway 24. Chatham traffic.
Cool.
Okay, go.
Chatham traffic, Pilatus 755 Alpha Foxtrot is 5 west. We're going to set up for
There
a
we go.
down
Stop right here.
for Chatham.
Afterline checklist.
Okay.
Grab your throttle, about 1,000.
Okay. Carb off. After landing. Okay, after landing, flaps back, trim adjusted, mixture conditions, carb heat off, lights. Looks like it's good, no?
Yeah, when mixture lean for conditions, you can remember bring it back about 1.5 fingers. I'm sorry to say, Phil, but that's about all the time we have for today. It's 1:50. We've got a tour at 2 o'clock, so we're gonna have to park. Sorry, it's the way things worked out today.
No worries.
But
Appreciate your time today.
at least we got something done.
Yeah. And you seen some improvement?
So far, yeah. I mean, the first landing kind of helped you get yourself back on the center line once we touched down, but the touchdown was all you.
424 Chatham.
And then the last landing there.
It was way too right.
I assisted you a little bit on the getting on the center line. Yeah, we went a little bit to the right too much.
Yeah, apologies.
And then once we got to kind of right above the runway, started flaring, I took my hands off and you were all set. And I saw you handled it very nicely.
Thank you. Thank you for your tutelage.
My pleasure.
You have to come down to Sarasota, SRQ.
Yeah, I haven't been to Florida in a long time. I used to visit cousins down there, or actually my grandparents, but they're now they're living in Hingham, Massachusetts.
Okay, that is. I used to have I actually built a house in Hull, Massachusetts, and Tasket Beach. Okay.
Actually, roll forward a little bit more. We can just line your wing strut up with the horizontal part of the T here, coming up on your left there.
Good. Looking good.
A little bit further. Because those tie-down spots, there's the little O-rings on the struts. Basically, that's how you align.
You tell me when.
Right there is good.
Okay, good. All right, so.
You can go through shutdown checklist.
Get down.
Because there's a way to do it in the right order.
Get down. Okay, lights and avionics.
Looks like you just
Lights
started
are
your
off.
space for 2-4.
Avionics down here is off.
Off. And master switch is off.
Great. So I definitely did see an improvement from the last couple days we've been flying. What I wanted to do today, if we had more time, was to go out and practice a couple of maneuvers, and because what the maneuvers like such slow flight, steep turns and such is practicing like multitasking, managing what's going on outside and what's going on in here. And I think that's what you could use more of when you go back to Sarasota. So just I'd probably request Andrew to have you go through a couple maneuvers.
Okay.
Like slow flight, stalls, steep turns, because I think that's probably what would help you start to get the multitasking skills down, is working on those maneuvers and getting them down pat before you start working on landings. That's part of the thing we do, is we get those maneuvers so that the student's comfortable with them, and then that prepares you for landing. If we just try to kind of force out landings first thing, like with new students, that doesn't really work out, you know. So.
And my seat's stuck.
You just kind of have to fiddle with it. Move yourself forward and backwards. It could also be the seat belts. Actually, no. I'll help you back here. So.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
Got you my Wheaties with this plan. All right.
But yeah, any questions for me?
That's it. I really appreciate your help and your time.
Thanks for coming out. Pleasure flying with you with what little time we had together.
Definitely
But
so.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
If you're ever back in the area, let me know.
I have a house here, so I can come back and forth every week.
Yeah, cool.
Andrew can fly me up. And
That's a long flight, but
That's
yeah.
Thanks again.